I want to make a video talking about school, my experience in school, and what sort of an experience I basically went through. All in all, it was pretty crap. This video is not going to be edited or anything because I really can't. There's something coming up which doesn't allow me the time to edit these videos, but I think I wanted to speak about school because, in a way, looking back, I feel like school is a major reason for. No, it is in fact 100% a reason for the place that I am in life right now. And obviously, I'm not living in no mansion or anything, but I'm talking about the mindset shift. And the mindset shift that I have right now, the whole mindset that I have right now is purely because of what I went through in school. As a kid, I was pretty much like literally anyone else, I would play and, socialize with anyone else. That wasn't an issue whatsoever. And then I would say around the fifth to sixth grade. This is when it's just a tiny, teeny bit. I noticed myself being a bit different from everyone else. This is the age where, people start developing attractions for the opposite genders and start using all the trash words that we know of. And I, for some reason, was almost away from all this. Like, I found myself being detached from this whole sort of transition phase that everyone was going through, and it's normal. You start developing feelings for another girl or whatever, and I was like, nah, no, wait, this is a bit different. That we should not be doing this at this age for some reason. And I developed some really good friends during 7th 8th grade, but I still noticed myself being the loner. I remember, in my friend group that I did have once, whenever we went on, field trips or anything, I was the last person anyone wanted to sit with. I kid you not, the for everyone, a field trip. If you guys know, I don't know what you call it, but we call it field trip. So it's basically like a trip that you go somewhere. And usually everyone's excited for it, and I actually was not excited for it one bit because I knew that you had to sit with someone, and I was like, damn, who the heck am I gonna sit with? I actually feared it. And sometimes, a couple times, especially towards the end, I actually skipped the trip because I knew I wasn't gonna get any enjoyment out of it. The pandemic hit because apparently we're not allowed to say the word on YouTube, is what I've learned. But the pandemic had hit, and this was when schools were obviously shut. It went all online, and we used to freaking download these apps, and we used to freaking go on a video call and stuff. And I kid you not, this was around 10th grade for me, and this was probably the best year to year and a half of my life in school. I think that should be enough to tell you how much of an introvert I was. Like, if there's ever a description you need of an introvert, I am as clear of an example as you can give. Like, if there's someone who doesn't know the definition of an introvert, just show them me and then they'll understand. But not fun memories. That year and a half was probably the best year of my life because we could go online and whatever. If we didn't know an answer to something, just hop on the other tab and put it on Google and freaking boom, yeah, you know the answer now. And I got, surprisingly enough, the best grades as well that I have had in those few years' time. And life was like that. That was an amazing experience. And then I think it was June of 2021 or April or something, I don't remember. Schools reopened, and this was like a horrible news to say the least. Everyone was like, "Yay, I get to speak to my friends again." I'm like, "What friends?" But yeah, I hated it. And then I remember, and I just went through like a couple months. I think about a month before school started, I just went through one of the most hardest, painful partitions of a boy and a girl kind of a thing. And then school started, which is like an icing on the cake, but the cake tastes horrible this time. That's how it was, if you get what I'm saying. And then school started, and it was great for the first bit because I had transformed my physique, and everyone was like, "Oh, bro, you look so good! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" Whatever. And then a couple weeks into it, I realized, damn, I was freaking screwed. It was like this was the first year where boys and girls were mixed up in our classes because they have this rule where like from 5th grade onwards, boys and girls separate or whatever. And then 10th grade, they were together, and this was a horrendous experience. I struggled to speak with boys in itself, and now you throw girls into the mix. Oh, heck no. And then it just got worse, bro. These teachers were just all over me. day in and day out. The moment I entered the class, all they made the message was clear. If you don't freaking pass an exam that's coming up, we're gonna freaking kick you out of the school, was the basic message. And it was like they were just blundering it into your head day after day after day. Every day I freaking sit in a class, that's all they say. And they can make sound all nice about it, but the reason they want is because if you get bad grades, it puts a bad name on their school, so obviously they're gonna kick you out. Damn, what an evil world, bro. Sometimes people ask me why I hate school so much, why I have such a bad perception about school. The people who actually struggle in school will, I'm sure, 100% understand me. It's not just because, oh, I did not study well, so obviously I have hate against school. It's not that. It's everything. It's the whole system is freaking messed up. It's like if school should be like this, it's like kind of like this, and a very few percentage of them actually get it solved. And I was not one of them. And then exams came up. It's the board exams. So it's apparently the most important exam of our life in school. Whatever, it's stupid nonsense. But this exam, I remember I did it, and then I knew I did not do it well, but I got a 2-month break after it, so the results don't come. I remember, literally after the last exam, I was walking somewhere. One of the guys, asked the teacher, when are we getting the results? And she said, like, 2 months from time. I'm like, oh, yes, I get 2 months of peace. And then things were all right. It was not the best. I was very much in depression at this point. Like, every little thing that happened seemed horrible to me. Ever since, I split up with that person, it was like every single thing happened that every single small thing that did not go my way seemed like a big thing. Like this phone right here, if I dropped it and it cracked, sure, it's an expensive item that just broke, but I would go nuts over it. I would literally lock myself in the freaking washroom and cry. I'm not trying to sound that dramatic about this, like I would genuinely do this. And the most painful part about all this is, people make these cringy Instagram posts about, faking a smile and stuff, but it is kind of true. You have to portray an image of yourself that is not honest, that's not transparent. People don't actually know. I mean, especially, I don't know about girls, but I personally think I'm sick. But I think for guys it's much more difficult, because imagine this, okay, there's a ton of times I realized, when I was in school, let's say a couple goes through a breakup, whatever, the guy is like, okay, whatever, and the girl, the next thing you go to their class and 20 different girls are like, oh my god, it's okay, don't cry. So, and every other girl is posting some stupid quote in their Instagram story. That's how it usually goes. And I feel it's very difficult for a guy to open up and speak. A lot of people, obviously, they'll be like, oh, men's mental health day, open up and speak up, it's fine, we're supporting you. Sure, that is not the issue, but it's almost like we're literally born this way to not be as transparent. And with women, it's completely different. Obviously, there's a little bit of a few percentage of a woman that find it difficult to speak up, but for the most part, most men struggle to open up, and most women don't have much of a problem opening up. They usually don't even have to open up. Their friends already freaking know what they're going through. Amazing. But it was so much harder, because I remember literally going through day in, day out, and I couldn't express what I was actually genuinely feeling in my heart. I was feeling like crap. I was crying nearly literally every day I went to bed. It was like I lost the excitement of life. In life there's often something that you get to look forward to. And I have found that again, thankfully, in my life right now. But there's usually something you look forward to. I get to go watch this movie, or I get to go and do this, or there's something. And that was just completely non-existent at this point in my life. This was around 2022. It was like literally nothing excited me. And a lot of people say, depression is fake. There's real world problems out there, people suffering in these countries with wars and stuff happening, and I 100% agree. When you compare it like that, obviously the issues you may have mentally seems like, oh, it's nothing. Like, are you kidding me? People are literally starving to death and you're complaining about depression. What's wrong with you? That's most people's view on this. But until you actually go through this phase, you're not gonna understand it. Often parents will say, oh, when we were a kid also we went through this. They did not, let's be honest. Okay, what they went through is completely different. The I don't want to say pressure, but the amount that is expected from people nowadays out of you is insane. It is literally insane. and I fell prey to that hugely in 2022. And then I got my results, I think September or November. I think September or November, I'm not sure, but one of those months. And that moment will probably be the biggest turning point in my entire life to come. Obviously, I have my entire life ahead. I'm only 18, but I think that part would have played a huge role because I got crap results, and I always got, crap results, but this time it was different. It's like it sparked something in me. I've made videos about the trigger moment. It's like when in every successful person's journey, there's something that happens where you're like, damn, I need to change something. And this is, I believe this is that moment for me. Something clicked in me. It was like, okay, this is enough. Like, I can't go through my days living like this. Something needs to change. And I wasn't, into bad habits or anything. I mean, sure, I was spending a lot of time on social media, but that was pretty much it. I wasn't into freaking. I wasn't living a degenerate lifestyle per se, but my life sucked nonetheless. It was pretty freaking lackluster. And this moment, it was like I went through a couple of weeks of just processing what the heck happened, and then I don't know what happened. This light is too bright, but I don't know what happened. Something clicked in me. It was like, bro, wake up. You need to freaking change your life. And then I found out self-improvement. I honestly, looking back, I don't even remember how I exactly found out self-improvement, but it was like I wanted to change, and I just started looking up, how to improve your looks, how to get better grades or whatever, and then, how to improve your mental health and all this stuff. I don't need to go too deep into that, but I went through all this and my life just changed. To put it shortly, my life really just changed. And probably about a year and a half since then is right now where you're watching this video. Am I happy? I don't want to say happy, but I'm content. Is my mental health in a great place? My mental health is in a great place, and I feel almost scared to say that. Am I still lonely? Sometimes, but that's just a part of the process right now. I appreciate you for watching if you have till now, because my experience in school has been the worst, but one of the most grateful experiences I have ever had. Not for the right reasons, because that negative impact it had on me is being turned into positive results. And every one of you struggling in school, obviously I'm 18, so you can't, I don't know if you can take my advice 100% seriously, but I do believe that everyone, if you're struggling in school and you find yourself that, okay, I need to do something about this, then I do think you're on the right path. Because there's a lot of people who struggle in school and, end up just being average or whatever. But if you're a person who's struggling in school, it is not the be all end all. It really isn't. And I hate how everyone portrays it to you. Oh, you better get A or you're freaking screwed, bro. It's just dumb nonsense, bro. Damn, I've had some horrendous experiences in school. School is not supposed to be. I'm just gonna finish off this video with a bit of a rant on school. School is not supposed to be something that terrifies a child. School is supposed to be something that people go and learn, have fun, sure. But why are we having things like exams? Just think of it, okay? We all know that everyone is different, and you're basically telling everyone, obviously, because look, when you're a freaking baby, you can't be like, no, I want to freaking get into entrepreneurship, I don't want to go to school. You can't tell that to your parents. Obviously, every time you're born, like the first thing they're going to look to you is freaking shove you into school. Obviously, no doubt about it. That's just society's way of thinking, and we can't disagree with that, because whatever, we're not going to go too deep into that, but they do that, and then you go through the school life and you end up as the average person, and you eventually just go non-existent. It's like you don't get to. I wish people could live their life on their terms. Is my wish, I don't want to say goal, but I will do it to the best of my abilities when I do get results, to be able to allow people to live, at least the people around me, to live their life on their terms. It's not fun to see people chasing life from behind, and school is a part of that. All these teachers, for example, they will scream so much at you for doing well. Often I ask myself, if you know all this, why are you sitting and teaching me? It's not like you like to teach me. Why are you sitting and teaching me when you could do something else that will gain you more money? Because that's what you're telling me. Why are you sitting and teaching me? Does that not make sense? I feel like the older people watching this will disagree with me because obviously they're stuck in that mindset, but maybe I'm wrong about it. No, I'm not wrong about it. I'm not wrong about it. Might be my ego, but I don't think I'm wrong about the fact that school is dumb, bro. It's just dumb. It's just I'm speaking my opinions. Yeah, I don't care what you say. I don't care. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, bro. In the comment section, I don't care. Um, it's like school is fine, but the whole process is crap. You're telling me that every single one of those 30 students in class must go through this process where you write something on a freaking piece of paper, and no matter and whatever you get out of 100 is what's gonna determine your life. Apparently, now think of how stupid that sounds, bro. I don't know what to say. It's just pathetic, but I do think it should change. I'll do my best to change it. Do your best to change it. Okay, I feel like I'm just going on a whole tangent right now, but yeah. No 2 videos today, just one, because this one's pretty freaking long. 17 minutes. Holy damn. If you watch through the entire video, I respect your attention span, bro. But that's it. I am done for this. I will see you tomorrow in probably a different setting than what you're used to right now.